Hello and welcome to day 158 of Dungeon 23, the series where we make a room of a mega dungeon every day for a year. Today we have a little bit of a bandit hideout with a bunch of bandit goblins, and going in order of which the party will interact with the things here. The first thing is that there's a little guard goblin down here who's guarding the door, and his little bit is that he's just all these guys except for one use the normal goblin stat block. I mean, they have like the scimitar and the bow. Dashing as a bonus action, that kind of stuff. This guy specifically, because he's outside, if he notices the party leave or enter the bank down here, they have a lot of valuables on them, he may attempt to rob them and leave his post behind. Alternatively, there is a door up here that is locked, and I just moved by accident. I'll have to move that back in place. It has a DC 15 lock, and if someone knocks on the door, then the nearest goblin bandit is going to have to make a DC 13 intelligence save, or else just kind of walk over and unlock it and basically ask who's there, because these guys aren't that smart. They're wacky goblin bandits. They're not exactly high-functioning individuals. Now they come in here and they fight these guys. We'll attack them for, of course, breaking into their hideout, and these guys, like the other one, all behave exactly to normal goblins from the monster manual with their weapons and attacks and abilities, all that stuff. And I don't know if you can see it because these guys really don't show up well. I put way too much effort in these little guys, but they have little bandit masks and little swords. And then there's the big guy who is the goblin bandit captain, and he uses the goblin boss stat block, and he has two swords and a little mask, and you can't see it, but he also has a little mustache and goatee and also a top hat. So the party could, of course, steal their little domino masks and this guy's top hat if he so choose to, and he just uses the stat block for the goblin boss, as I said, and he has the key to their loot stash, which is in this chest over here, and let's see what's in it. It is locked with a DC 17 lock. Again, the key to it is into possession of the boss. And inside the chest is a scroll of invisibility. 2d8 times 25 gold pieces, so a lot of gold pieces. 3d4 plus 15 wooden nickels. 5 bottles of goblin ale, which, as we've established, for an hour lets you speak goblin, with the caveat being that you could only speak goblin. And this might tie into a quest. I don't know. I have a feeling that it may, if I remember it, but it is a small stuffed plush animal resembling a lizard of some kind, suggesting that these goblins stole a toy from a child, very much like what the wizard did with that giant plush bear golem thing. And that's really funny to me because they're cartoonishly evil and awful. Now with a DC 23 check, which it's a bit vague, is DC because someone wants to make like a religion or a history or arcana or even nature to identify what animal this is. Any one of those would work, and it just kind of like how you describe it to the party really changes, but the actual information is the same, and that is that it is a Tarrasque, the creature with the highest CR of 30. Actually, I think there may be another creature that's tied with it, but the Tarrasque, an iconic monster for how difficult to kill it is, on account of the fact that you technically cannot kill it in most editions. Famously, there's really only one of them, although some DMs like to throw out more than one because they are dicks. But it's just a little plush of a Tarrasque. And there was also like a famous either green text or Reddit story about a player who had a Tarrasque plush for their character. There's this big story that's kind of like famous. I don't know. That's just where I thought about it from. The actual details I don't know, but again, the idea that this group of bandits stole a toy from a child is very, very funny. And that's their loot, and that's basically it. The front door isn't locked, but that goblin there is keeping guard. And if he gets attacked, he'll just, notify their guys. So yeah, very simple encounter. Probably going to be quite easy because they're all kind of close together. You can probably just throw a fireball and then kill them all. But also, the locals are probably not going to be too keen on parties showing up and blowing up buildings, so keep that in mind. But yeah, this has been day 157, I believe. 58, sorry. And if you want to see more, then consider liking the video, commenting down below, subscribing, turning on notifications, all that algorithm stuff so these videos will show up in your recommendations more often. You could also just come back tomorrow because these videos are daily. Obviously, it's a daily challenge. And yeah, thanks for watching and or listening. I apologize for the poor quality. It's not going to get any better.